So today I have an SAT math tip for you that deals with being as efficient as possible when solving for questions dealing with angles. So if we take a look at question 20 from SAT practice test 5, this is going to illustrate my point and my tip and what I'm talking about. So we're asked for what the value is of x, right? So obviously we need to solve for angle x. So the first step obviously in solving any angles problem is determining the angle you need to find. In this case that's x. Now the next step, since you don't know x, is you need to find the angle that you need to find that angle, right? In that case, that's going to be this angle right here. That's going to be, we'll call it angle y. Okay, so the first thing, you find the angle you need to solve for. That's going to be x. Then you find the other angle you need to solve for to get x. In this case, that's going to be angle y, which I just labeled here. How do I know that that's the angle that I need? Well, if I take a look, we have line R, and we see that line R has x and y. So that means that angle x plus angle y have to equal 180 since it's along one line. Right? And sometimes there are different ways that you can solve for one angle. In this case, the only way you can solve for x is to solve for y. So the next tip that I have for dealing with these angles questions is to only solve for the angles that you need to get to your correct answer. For example, I should not be solving for my angle right here, right? I know obviously that this angle is going to equal 106, but there's no need for me to solve for this angle since I know it's 106 here. There's no need for me to mark that it's 106 there either. Okay, what I need to do here is I need to solve for my angle right here, right? And I'll put it in blue so you can see it better. I need to solve for the angle right here in my triangle. That way I can take 23 plus this blue angle here, which I'll call angle Z. I take 23 plus that angle Z, and I set it equal to 180 in order to solve for y and then solve for x. Okay, so solving for an angle right here as well, where I'm going to put this big arrow to, we'll call that angle, I'll just put it in red so you can see it. Solving for this angle gets me no points and it helps me not at all. So I don't want to solve for that one because it's useless. So solving for, or same thing here, right? Those are angles I don't need to solve for. Same thing. Everything in red are angles that aren't going to help you. So I'm marking all of those so that you understand that they're useless to find, okay? So all of those angles that I marked in red are ones that are inefficient. If you're solving for those angles, you're wasting your time. Okay, whenever you're dealing with angles questions, only solve for the angles that are going to help you get to your correct answer. If you're solving for any others, you're wasting time and you're being inefficient. You want to be as efficient as possible in the SAT math section. Okay, so those are angles that aren't going to help you. So like I said, first thing you want to do, determine the variable you need to solve for. In this case, that's angle x. Then determine the other angles you need to solve for angle x. In this case, that's angle y and angle z. So to solve for angle z, what are we going to do? Well, we know that it's a long line S. So since it's a long line S, we know that if we take 180, we subtract that 106-degree angle from it, we're going to be left with 74 degrees as angle z. Okay, now we've solved for angle z. We know angle z plus this 23 degrees subtracted from 180 is going to give us angle y. So we do 180 minus that 23 degrees, then minus that 74 degrees. Okay, and that's going to give us angle y. Okay, when we do that, we can go ahead and do this in our heads. 73 and 23 together are going to give us 97. 180 minus 97, that is going to leave us with, I believe, 83. It will leave us with 83. So 83 then will equal our angle y. Okay, now that we know what angle y equals, we do 180 since angle x and angle y are along line R, and we know along a line is going to add to 180. So we take 180, subtract 83, which is angle y, to get angle x. Okay, and that's going to leave us with angle x equaling 97. So big things with angles questions on the SAT math section, make sure that you're only solving for the angles that'll help you get to your correct answer. If you're solving for any other angles, you're wasting your time and you're being inefficient. So hopefully that was helpful. If it was, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. And as always, have a great day. So our answer there is 97.